before existence. Before existence had meaning, before time began counting its endless march, before even the concept of nothing could be understood, there was something beyond comprehension. Not darkness, not emptiness, not silence, because all those required definition, and definition did not yet exist. This was a primordial state, a condition where reality had not yet chosen to become real. No laws governed anything, no dimensions held structure, no energy moved, and no consciousness observed. Yet, paradoxically, there was awareness, a subtle infinite presence not bound by form or limited by space. It did not think, it did not feel, it simply was. This was the eternal foundation of all things, and from this indescribable state, the first shift occurred. The first disturbance. Imagine a still lake, perfectly calm, not a single ripple. Then imagine something touches it, a disturbance, movement. That is how creation began, a subtle vibration, a ripple within the infinite. From that ripple emerged the cosmic ocean. The cosmic ocean, Shira Sagara. It was not water as humans understand it, but the existence in fluid form, limitless, endless, stretching beyond imagination. This ocean did not reflect light, because light did not yet exist. It did not move, because motion had no meaning. And yet it held the infinite potential. Floating upon this ocean was a being unlike anything else. The sleeping god, Vishnu. There, resting upon the coils of an eternal serpent, Ananta, lay Lord Vishnu. His body was calm, his expression peaceful, his breathing slow and rhythmic, each breath echoing to the fabric of potential reality. Ananta was not merely a creature but infinity itself, his endless coils symbolizing time without beginning or end. Together they formed the paradox, stillness within eternity. Vishnu was not asleep in the human sense, but existed in a state beyond awareness. A cosmic meditation where all possibilities existed at once. And then something changed. The golden lotus. From Vishnu's navel, a light began to glow, soft at first, then brighter, then radiant beyond comprehension. From that light emerged a golden stem, growing slowly upward from the cosmic ocean, rising higher and higher until it blossomed into a magnificent lotus. Each petal shimmered with divine energy, each layer unfolding like the unveiling of reality itself. And at the center of that lotus sat being, the awakening of Brahma. He opened his eyes, and for the first time in all of existence, something looked back at the universe. This being had no past, no memory, no identity, only awareness. He looked around and saw nothing. No sky, no ground, no direction, only the lotus beneath him and endlessly incomprehensible vastness. Confusion arose, a feeling never experienced before, and with it came questions. Who am I? Where am I? Why do I exist? These were not just questions, but the first sparks of consciousness, beginning of thought itself. Brahma stood upon the lotus, searching for answers, looking in every direction but seeing only infinity. No edges, no boundaries, no reference. Driven by curiosity, he looked down and saw the stem of the lotus. Perhaps that was where he came from. The journey down the stem. Brahma began his descent, climbing down the golden stem step by step to what felt like endless distance. Time had not yet been created, yet he experienced duration. He traveled and traveled and traveled, but there was no end, no route, no source. The deeper he went, the more he realized there was no beginning that can be reached. Exhausted, confused, and overwhelmed, he returned to the lotus, and for the first time he felt doubt, the inner voice. As Brahma sat in silence, sound emerged, not from outside but from within. A voice, ancient, powerful, undeniable. It did not shout or command with force, yet it carried absolute authority. It said only one word, create. Confusion of the creator. Brahma was puzzled. Create what? There was nothing, no materials, no reference, no guidance, only emptiness. And yet the voice remained, not repeating, not insisting, but present like a truth waiting to be understood. So Brahma did the only thing he could. He closed his eyes. The first meditation. In stillness, Brahma turned inward, focusing not on the emptiness around him, but on the awareness within. As he meditated, something extraordinary happened. Knowledge began to emerge, not learned, not taught, but remembered, as if the blueprint of the universe had always been within him, waiting, dormant until this moment. He saw patterns, structures, possibilities, the laws of existence unfolding in his consciousness. He understood space, time, form, energy. Everything that would ever exist revealed itself to him. And in that moment, Brahma was no longer lost. He had become the creator. The first act of creation. He opened his eyes and the universe began. When Brahma opened his eyes, the void was no longer empty. It was waiting, not for matter, not for light, but for intention. Because creation does not begin with substance, it begins with will. And Brahma now understood this. He did not move like a human. He did not shape things with hands. He created through thought, through awareness, through pure consciousness. And with a single intention, reality trembled. The first thing Brahma brought into existence was space. Not a place you can touch, not a sky you can see, but the very possibility for anything to exist at all. An infinite expanse unfolding silent, vast, and without boundaries. Before space there could be no distance, no direction, no form. And now for the first time there was room for creation to happen. But space alone was meaningless because nothing changes in stillness. Nothing evolves without movement. So Brahma created time, not as numbers, not as ticking seconds, but as flow, a current, an unstoppable progression from what is to what becomes. And time allowed beginnings, time allowed endings. Time introduced transformation, and with that existence gained purpose. Then came the elements, foundation of everything that will ever exist. Not created randomly, but brought forth in balance. Akasha, the ether, the invisible essence of space. Vayu, the air, the unseen force of movement. Agni, the fire, the energy of change, destruction and rebirth. Apas, the water, fluid and adaptable, the carrier of life. And Prithvi, the earth, solid and stable, the ground of existence. Each alone incomplete, but together forming reality itself. From these elements the universe began to take shape. Stars igniting like sparks in darkness, galaxies spiraling into existence. Worlds forming from dust and fire. Some burning endlessly, some frozen in silence, and some holding the perfect balance for life. And among them, Earth emerged. Not special at first, just another world, but one that would soon become something more. At this stage the universe was magnificent, but silent. It had form and structure, but no awareness. So Brahma created life. First the simplest forms, beings without thought or identity, driven only by nature. Then more complex forms, creatures that move, hunted and survive. And finally humans, different from all others, not the strongest, not the fastest, not the most resilient, but possessing something unique, awareness. They could observe, question, imagine, and most importantly, create, just like him. Brahma gave them the greatest gift of all, freedom, power to choose, to shape their own reality, to decide their own path. But with that gift came a hidden cost, because choice brings consequence, and consequence shapes destiny. As life spread across the universe, Brahma realized creation was too vast, too complex, too alive to be controlled by one being alone. So he created others. Beings born from his mind, not ordinary, not mortal, but powerful, conscious, aware of the laws of existence. The Prajapatis, the architects of life, each carrying a fragment of Brahma's intelligence, each with the ability to create, guide, and expand existence, not equal to Brahma, but extensions of him. And through them life multiplied, species evolved, worlds became populated, and the universe was no longer empty. It was alive. And yet something was still missing. Brahma could feel it. The universe had form, life, and motion, but it lacked something deeper. It lacked meaning. There was no beauty, no art, no expression. The existence functioned, but it did not fail. So Brahma looked within himself once more, and from his own essence brought forth Saraswati, who did not arrive with force or shake the universe, but appeared like a melody, soft, graceful, timeless, holding the veena in her hands. And when her fingers touched its strings, everything changed. Sound was born, not noise but music, rhythm, harmony, emotion. And for the first time the universe could be experienced, not just seen or formed but felt. With Saraswati came knowledge. Language began to take shape. Thoughts became words, words became meaning, meaning became understanding, and humans began to learn, express, and create beyond survival. They painted, they sang, they told stories, and in doing so they brought the universe to life in a way even Brahma had not imagined. Now creation was complete, not perfect, but whole. It had structure, life, meaning, and beauty, and Brahma looked upon it all with satisfaction. But as time passed, something began to change within him. Subtle at first, almost invisible, a quiet thought, a small realization that everything that exists came from him. The stars, the worlds, life itself born from his will. And slowly that realization began to grow, not as a truth but as identity. I am the source, I am the origin, I am the highest. It was not arrogance yet, not openly, but it was the beginning. Because the ego does not appear as pride at first, it appears as certainty. And for Brahma, that certainty began to take root. The universe continued to expand, life continued to evolve, civilizations began to rise, but something unseen had shifted. The balance was no longer perfect, because when the creator becomes attached to his creation, he begins to forget the truth. And somewhere beyond creation, a force was already watching, waiting not to destroy, but to remind. And that force was Shiva.